This video is going to be about why I decided to go vegan. So I'll just get right into it. I never really ate meat as a kid. Like, according to my parents, they had the hardest time trying to get me to eat meat. To this day, I've never had fish. I've never had any sort of cow. Like, I've never had a burger or a steak or anything like that. I had a bite of chicken and it made me throw up. Just the idea of eating an animal that was like roaming the earth, I don't know, I connected with animals even as a kid, probably more than I did with humans. So the idea kind of just grossed me out. I never wanted to eat meat. So around 8 years old, I kind of realized, oh, there's a word for that. Vegetarian. I don't have to eat meat if I don't want to. And my parents were totally cool with that. I think they had given up on trying to get me to eat meat. I've pretty much been a vegetarian my whole life. Alright, so then as I started getting older, I started to gain some weight and people started to make comments, especially because I have a triplet sister that looks so much like me, so people would compare us and say, oh, you can tell them apart because Kara is the bigger one and Molly's the smaller one, you know? And that got to me pretty badly. In fact, I'd sort of developed a bit of an eating disorder. I don't want to talk too much about that, but so I had heard about veganism for the first time when I was 15, and I hadn't really done any research on it. I didn't know any vegans in real life, but it seemed like a decent way to lose weight because you're just eliminating so many foods. So I went vegan for the first time when I was 15 in an attempt to lose weight, and it worked. I lost weight because I just cut out so many foods and just replaced them with like soy and like disgusting fake products. So I didn't last long because I would crave non-vegan foods all day. Like, I would fantasize about it, especially pizza and ice cream. Those were my two weaknesses, pizza and ice cream. So if those foods didn't exist, I probably would have been vegan this whole time. Anyways, I would go vegan for a few months at a time just as like a cleanse or just to lose weight, and it would work. Then I would go back to my regular vegetarian diet, eat the foods that I liked eating before, gain all the weight back. And it was just this cycle, and I would just go back and forth all the time, and it just, for years. So then on top of that, as I started getting older, I developed some like bad stomach problems. A lot of times I would eat meals and I don't know what would trigger it. I don't know what particular foods would make my stomach react this way, but it would just reject the food and make me physically ill to get rid of the food. And this happened a lot. So that was just what was going on in my life at the time when I stumbled upon Freely the Banana Girl, you know, the big one, the YouTuber that just talks about such controversial things in order to spread veganism. And I started watching her videos to laugh at her because I thought her points were just so ridiculous. Coming from someone who's already a vegetarian, I just thought she was just crazy. I thought this woman was absolutely out of her mind. I was telling myself, like, while I was watching her videos, like, she's trying to brainwash me, she wants me to go vegan, this is all propaganda, blah blah blah. So I really didn't want to go vegan. I really didn't. Not permanently anyways. Like, I love non-vegan foods way too much. But then I started seeing some of the videos she was sharing, and I went outside Freely's channel and did some research for myself, and God, like, I thought because I was a vegetarian that I was eating ethically, but I'm not. I'm like, the dairy industry is in some ways a lot worse than the meat industry because they torture these cows for an extended period of time. I don't want to like go too much into what they do to these cows because I can't stomach that. When I think about it, when I see it, it makes me ill. And that just broke my heart, seeing some of those videos. And then most people by now know about like the chicks in the egg industry, the male chicks. They are ground up alive because they don't know what else to do with them because there's no need for male chicks in the industry. And I just started to realize that even though I'm a vegetarian, I'm still contributing to this horrible, horrible industry. So I had that on my mind, but you know, I was a bit pessimistic, and I still am a little bit, because whether I went vegan or not, which I still did not want to, I know this is going to continue. Like, even if majority of the world goes vegan, there's it's gonna be a really, really, really long time before animals are treated well. I know that. Then there was just one moment over the summer, just like a little thing where it just all clicked, and I realized, like, this is it, I'm going vegan, that this is happening. My boyfriend and I went to the beach one day, and afterwards we decided to get some frozen yogurt. And when I get frozen yogurt, I get like the huge bowl and I fill it to the top and put like every topping on it. And I felt like I had earned it in a way, because we did a lot of swimming, we did a lot of running around, we were exercising all day, so I felt like it was okay. But at the end of the day, my stomach did that thing that it was doing a lot, where it just completely rejected it and made me feel really sick. And then just knowing what I knew after doing all that research on veganism, it kind of made sense to me. Like, my body doesn't want this. This wasn't intended for me. Dairy and milk, that was made for a baby calf in order to make it grow to a 400-pound cow in a short period of time. Like, why am I eating this? This is not how nature intended me to eat. And that moment, it just clicked. I realized I'm a vegan now. I'm not going to eat animal products anymore. But I wanted to do it right this time. I don't want to go back. I don't want to miss non-vegan foods. I wanted to do it right. So I did a lot of research. A lot of people recommended I watch 3 documentaries. Cowspiracy, which talks about the effects of the food industry on our economy and on the environment. If everybody in the world were to go vegan, there would be no world hunger. There would be no world hunger. Watch it. It's true. I'm not making this up. Don't shoot the messenger. Just watch it. I was also told to watch Earthlings, which I could not watch. I got through like maybe 10 minutes of it and it made me cry, and I just could not watch the rest of it. It was about, the treatment of animals in the food industry. And the last one was Forks Over Knives, which talks about the healthiest way to eat, which is not just a vegan diet, because if you just go vegan, which is what I did, you're pretty much guaranteed to go back if you don't do the research on how to do it right and how to do it healthy. So what you have to do is eat a high carb, low fat, plant-based diet. That means do have a ton of carbohydrates, especially from fruit. Like, most of your calories should be coming from fruit. So have lots of potatoes, have pasta, rice, just eat lots of carbs. Don't have too much fat, especially from oil, which is like liquid fat. Don't have too much processed foods, because you don't want all those chemicals in your body. Don't have too much salt. And so because I was serious about like doing this long term, I started talking to some other vegans online, and some of the people I talked to had the most incredible stories. Like, there were people who had heart disease and reversed it and went off their medication. There were people who had cancer. One person I spoke to was given 2 years to live, and she went vegan and she doesn't have cancer anymore. These people were telling me that, like, within a month or 2 of eating this way, you're not gonna crave non-vegan food anymore. You're not gonna want to go back. They were wrong. I didn't crave the old food that I used to eat, ever, since making this switch over the summer. I know how what I'm eating affects the environment, how it affects the planet, how it affects the animals, how it affects my health. Like, knowing what I know, it's just not worth it. Like, for something that tastes kind of good in the moment, it's just not worth it. So I'm still going strong. It's been almost a year now, and it has not even crossed my mind to go back. I'm definitely in this for life. I'll just wrap this up by saying, like, some of the changes I've noticed in myself. My hair grows so fast now, which is awesome, because I cut it pretty short not that long ago to give it a fresh start, because I used to dye it a lot. And since then I've been thinking I'm gonna grow it out, and I want to donate it at some point, and it's just growing so fast, which is great. My skin cleared up. I used to have acne, and as you can see, it's clear. I don't have acne anymore. My eyes are changing color. I don't know if that's related or not, but like, they used to have a lot of brown specks in them. Now they're like almost entirely green. Last time I checked, I really did not lose a lot of weight from going vegan, but I toned up a lot. So what I think happened is I lost fat and then gained that weight back in muscle, because I actually have like a 6-pack now, and I'm not working out any more than I did before. I'm doing the same amount of exercise, but now you can actually see my muscles, which is like awesome. My eating disorder completely went away. I have not skipped a meal. Actually, I think I'm eating the most that I've ever eaten in my entire life. I probably eat like around 3,000 calories a day now, and I just don't gain weight. Who doesn't want that? You can eat as much as you want and not gain any weight. Who doesn't want that? For people who are looking to get healthy and have not tried a high carb, low fat, vegan lifestyle, not diet, but lifestyle, please watch those 3 documentaries. And anybody who watches those documentaries and doesn't at least rethink their food choices, there's something wrong with you. I'm sorry, but you can't watch that and be the same. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you got something out of this video. Whether you hate the message, whether you love it, I just hope you got something out of it. So cool. All right. I'll see you guys in my next video.